Yeah, 5.2 liter piece of poo. Nothing on my scanner yet. It's coming up with a cylinder 1 misfire. I just cleared the codes, but it's still shaking. This is bloody hot driving down the fucking road, I tell you. Holy shit. Originally I had a map sensor code. Now I got a misfire and no map sensor code. I'm gonna turn around here so I can head back to the shop. Now she's shaking away like that. It wasn't doing that before, but I haven't even fucking touched anything. Oh yeah. So it started off with map sensor codes, and then all of a sudden it died. Then the map sensor codes disappeared, and then it was running okay. Now it's got the cylinder 1 misfire code. Oh yeah, look at it, shaking like a son of a bitch. Woo! Barely do 90 kilometers an hour. Alright. I'll keep you posted. Alright, so what I just did was swap the number 1 plug with number 5, and took it out for a rip again. It cleared all the codes, took it out for another rip, and so we still got the misfire on number 1. So at this point, now we got to find out if it's going to be a wire or a distributor issue, like it's a spark issue, or if it's going to be a bad fuel injector, like a fuel delivery issue, which is really what I'm leaning towards. Just in my experience, but right now it's lunchtime, so I'm gonna go back into the shop here. Oh yeah! And warm up my lunch, watch an episode of Seinfeld, and fucking get back at her. So stay tuned. I know the camera probably doesn't pick that up real well, but yeah, perfect spark. Going to the spark plug for sure. We've swapped the spark plugs. We know the spark plug's not the issue. We now know the wire's not the issue. So the last thing I can do is I'll move my hands. And I got injector pulse and spark. So I'm going to go ahead and say we got a bad injector. Let's swap that injector out. Okay, so back to the 318 here. I pulled this injector out. I blew shop air through it backwards by putting the injector in a vise and putting power to it to open it up, and that basically backwashed it and then flushed it. So I'm going to take out this number 3 injector now, and do the same thing. And once I put it all back together, I'll put the number 3 injector in the number 1 spot, and then if this code comes back, we want it to come to the number 3 spot. We know it's the injector for sure, and it may not come back. This may actually fix it too, so we'll see. Alrighty guys, so here's what's going on. Basically what I did was pulled the first injector, cylinder 1, swapped it with number 3. Well, before I did that, I ohm tested them, the ohms were fine, and then tested them electronically, and woo, we're getting loud in here. It sounds good though. Ah, that friggin' dirt, wind in the eyes and everything else. So anyways, ohm tested them, they were good. Then tested them with 12 volts, they were good. Then I basically put them in a vise, and then back blew them with shop air, so about 150 psi backwards, and flushed them out essentially. So I did that with 1 and 3, and then what I did was I put injector number 1 and 3 spot, and then 3 and 3 in first spot, and as you can hear, everything's working pretty good. So that's that so far. We're going to go for a drive and see if it gets any better. Still no codes. No codes. Rev up your engine! Alright. Oh my god, all the fucking dirt flowing through that rad, coming up from the road. Oh man, I should have worn glasses. The heat is insane. Alright, we got a misfire again. Sweet, that's what I was looking for. Well, I guess it's not good, but that's what we wanted. See if it was going to happen. So it was working pretty good. And saying number 1 misfire again. Okay, so that's really interesting. Now, we know that our spark is okay. Back. Not even that bad, really. Here, we're gonna do something real quick. There's no shoulder on this road, which is shit. But we gotta do something real quick. We'll throw 4-ways on. And I'm gonna stick our spark tester in there real quickly, like. Oh. Yeah, no fucking shoulder. No shoulder to cry on. For frig sack. Oh, it's hot. Good God, that's hot. Now I'm gonna fucking stick this up in a spot where I'm gonna be driving and it's probably gonna bzz my fucking foot. There we go. Yeah. There you go. There we go. Look, right next to my fucking foot, too. Son of a bitch. Ugh. So that's interesting that we got a number 1 again. Here, I'm going to pull up her code so you can see what's going on. Right now it's fine, no misfire. No problem. Real interesting. Okay, I'm going back out on the main road now, so I'm going to stop recording, guys. Alright, so we went through all that work. We went through swapping plugs. We went through swapping injectors and cleaning the injector. We've gone through all that crap. And this thing originally had some map sensor codes in it, which I wasn't sure why those are there. But it definitely had this misfire big time. The map sensor code hasn't came back. Now in the last scene, you seen me plug the spark plug tester in. And I kind of routed it up out of the way so that my foot wasn't going to be right on it. And it ran fine. It's ran fine. I've put like 20 kilometers on the thing and it's no problem at all. So why the fuck am I only having a problem when this spark plug wire is on? These are new wires and new plugs. We put them on about probably 5,500 to 6,000 kilometers ago, just before he left with this camper to go to BC. So he went to BC and they spent a couple weeks there and then, you know, made their trip back across Canada to Ontario. And when they were on their way back is when it started having all these problems. And this is really interesting. Just seen this now, because of course my shop's not as well lit. Look at that. See that little white mark on there? That's where spark's been escaping. And usually you can also hear when you have an arc. Oh, there we go. Focus. You can see where the spark's been jumping out of the boot. So that's all it is. That's all the problem is. We need a spark plug wire. Why that's even like that is interesting. It's got a couple of it's got a couple of slices in it, or cracks in it, which is really weird because, like I said, these just went on. So cool. Well, now we know. So let's plug this thing back in and we'll get it back to the shop and we'll order up a set of plug wires. And we'll do all of them again. Ow! Fuck! God damn it. Oh, God. Right in the fucking elbow. Son of a bitch. Right there, corner of the fucking door. If anybody's ever considered getting one of these, fucking Dodge campers, good God, forget it. What a piece of shit. I'm 6'3" and I don't even fit in this fucking thing. It's like driving a goddamn K car. There's no room, and then when the doghouse is on here, it's even way worse. It's like way worse. Man, it's poo. Get a real camper. For frig's sake! Son of a bitch! Do you see what I see? Woo! Oh, fuck yeah! 60 kilometers an hour. Woo-wee! Listen to that 318, baby! So, I'm not sure how well you guys can hear me here. The interesting thing here, what I find really fascinating is that after doing, pulling the injectors out, of course you have some fuel loss that kind of sits in the, say like the valley of the engine. And you just seen the amount of spark that I have escaping from the plug wire boot. And at no point did I have ignition, so I guess that's a good thing. I would have burnt this piece of shit right to the ground. Then again, maybe they'd want me to, I'm not really sure. But now that we know what the issue is, we're heading back to the shop. We're gonna fucking slam another set of plug wires on it. It's really strange, real strange issue. It kind of sucks we went through all that diagnostics to find that, and it was a really interesting one to find, really, because of course spark's always the first thing I look at, and when we put the spark tester on it, it was working perfectly fine. We never had an issue at all. It was only when that wire was on the spark plug normally. However, I didn't know that until after we looked at the injectors, because it really did. It was really intermittent, and it really did have like a bad fuel injector type of feeling. we go. That's that. Back to the shop. Cheers, motherfuckers! Alright guys, so that's it for the day. Finally heading home, and bunch of folks keep asking, do I daily drive the Impala? And yes, I do. That's what I'm driving right now. Oh yeah, that's good. Nothing like jumping 50 kilometers an hour in like 3 seconds. Not even when you're already going down the road. So yeah, it's alright. It does 0 to 100 kilometers an hour, so 0 to 60. Traction is an issue. It is about 4 seconds though, so that's pretty good for a big fat heavy ass car like this with a big fat ugly fuck in it like me. So that's not bad. Anywho, so about this video, it's interesting to see actually how far technology's come, because I haven't even worked on a vehicle with a distributor in a couple of years probably. Like I said earlier, we did do the plugs and wires on this thing a couple months ago before this guy left on his vacation, and but I didn't do it. I had my apprentice do it, and just showed him basically, change one at a time sort of deal. And I don't know how that tear got into the boot. It doesn't make any damn sense to me. I mean, they don't just tear like that by themselves, and the guy made it all the way to BC before he had any issues, or actually he was already on his way home. And again, we're in Ontario, so that's across Canada, before this thing started giving him any issues. So it's a really strange scenario. Basically, it had all the symptoms of a bad fuel injector, and it was just completely by chance that I happened to see that little tiny spark when I was switching back, like taking out the spark tester. Pardon me. So yeah, real interesting. Like I said, it's really neat. We don't have this kind of technology anymore, and that's a 1996 actually. Everything now is coil on plug or coil near plug, so the wires are only fucking this long anyways, like on LS motors and so on. So again, interesting scenario, and it just goes to show you too that how fast technology is moving and getting away from us here, because that's something I probably should have caught earlier, but I didn't. So and that's why. Anywho, hope you guys enjoy the video, and cheers, and fucking real soon there'll be beers. Alrighty guys, see ya.
And don't forget to subscribe and ring that bell.